Welcome to connectcanada.ca. Today we're diving into everything you need to know about applying to the University of Toronto. As a global top 20 institution, U of T is highly competitive, but with the right preparation, you can navigate the process successfully. Hi, I'm your admission specialist. In this guide, we'll break down the requirements, subject prerequisites, and exams you need to secure your spot. We'll cover three main areas: foundational requirements, program-specific subjects, and the critical English language proficiency standards. First, understand that U of T operates across three campuses: St. George in downtown Toronto, Mississauga to the west, and Scarborough to the east. While each has its own community feel, all three offer the same prestigious University of Toronto degree in academic excellence. When you apply, you'll be categorized based on where you're currently studying. Let's look at the two main application streams. The 101 designation is for students in Ontario high schools. Most international students applying from abroad fall into the general undergraduate stream. Regardless of your stream, almost all applications are processed through the Ontario University's Application Centre, known as OUAC. Now let's talk academics. U of T looks primarily at your final 2 years of high school, with a heavy emphasis on grade 12 results. You must present a recognized senior secondary school diploma with competitive grades. For top programs, this often means an average above 90%. The admissions committee looks for consistency and rigor in your course selection, particularly in subjects relevant to your chosen field. Depending on your school system, there are specific requirements you need to meet. Let's break down the most common international paths. For U.S. pattern systems, U of T remains test optional for most programs through the 2026 cycle, though engineering still highly values them. If you're applying to applied science and engineering, you are required to disclose all SAT or ACT scores if you have taken the tests. In the British system, you'll need at least 5 IG, C, SE, or O-level subjects and 3 A-level subjects to be eligible for consideration. Note that subjects like general paper or critical thinking are typically excluded from your credit assessment and grade calculation. For IB students, a full IB diploma is required. English is mandatory at either the standard or higher level for all applicants. For programs requiring calculus, U of T accepts analysis and approaches at either level, or applications and interpretation at the higher level. Beyond the basics, your specific program has prerequisite subjects. Let's look at the most popular categories. Engineering is one of the most rigorous. You must present English, calculus, physics, and chemistry at the senior level. The competition is fierce, so aim for scores well into the mid-90s to stay competitive with the global applicant pool. For computer science and Rotman Commerce, the core requirements are English and calculus. These are U of T's most selective programs. With acceptance rates sometimes dipping into the single digits, your grades in these two prerequisite subjects are absolutely vital. Life sciences students should prepare to show English and calculus, along with biology and chemistry, to ensure you meet all stream requirements. For humanities and social sciences, English is the primary prerequisite, allowing for more flexibility in your other senior year choices. One area that often catches international students off guard is English language proficiency, or ELP. Let's see if you need to take a test. You are typically exempt if you've completed 4 or more years of full-time study in an English language school system in an English-dominant country. If English is your first language or you meet the study duration requirement, you're all set. Otherwise, you'll need to provide test scores. U of T accepts several tests. Competitive scores are a 6.5 on IELTS, an 89 on TOEFL, or a 120 on the Duolingo English test. Stay updated on shifting requirements, especially for the TOEFL, as scoring systems may change starting in the 2026 admission cycle. Unlike many U.S. schools, U of T doesn't require personal essays for every program. However, high-demand fields use supplementary applications. Programs like Rotman Commerce and Engineering require a personal profile, which often includes a timed video interview and short writing exercises. Architecture applicants submit the One Idea application, while music requires an audition or portfolio to showcase your talent. Mark your calendars. Applications open in late September. We highly recommend applying by the early deadline of November 7th. The final deadline for most programs is January 15th, with documents like transcripts and test scores due by February 2nd. Finally, let's talk about the investment. International tuition at U of T is among the highest in Canada, but there are scholarship options. Annual undergraduate tuition typically ranges from 58 to 71,000 Canadian dollars, depending on your faculty and program. When you add residence and living expenses, your total annual budget should be around 80 to 90,000 Canadian dollars. The Lester B. Pearson International Scholarship is the most prestigious, covering your full costs for 4 years. It requires a school nomination. Most applicants are also automatically considered for U of T Scholars Awards, typically valued at $6,000 based on academic merit. On the St. George campus, you'll also need to rank the college system. This doesn't affect your academics, but it defines your community. You'll rank 7 colleges, including Trinity, Victoria, and Innis. Each has its own residence, dining halls, and student life culture. To recap, maintain high grades, verify your subject prerequisites, secure your ELP scores, and apply early to stay ahead. Coming up next, we'll dive deep into writing a winning student profile for those competitive supplementary applications. Thanks for watching our U of T 101 guide. For more expert advice, visit connectcanada.ca. Good luck with your application.